my friends, it's Lisa here from Arcaneandstellar, and I want to welcome you to my channel for this timeless pick a card reading. We're going to be looking at who has a crush on you. So all the details that we can muster up about them and give you some hints. You know, one thing I will say is that even if you maybe don't recognize the person now, this could be, I'm going to keep it open to an energy that may appear soon as well. So just keep that in mind as you're listening. So we have group number 1, 2, 3, or 4. So you can choose an image that resonates here with you, and then you can find that timestamp in the description box up above. If you pull it down, you'll be able to go straight to your message. So you can choose like pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, or pile 4. So go ahead and take a moment to concentrate, to tune into where you're feeling drawn intuitively, and I will see you in your reading. Hey my friends, so let's go ahead and get started on group number 1. So you chose this cute little ace, ace of hearts. So who has a crush on you? So first of all, I'm going to start with some astrology dice, and we're going to get the information coming in. Okay, so who has a crush on those that were drawn to the ace of hearts? Ooh, okay, interesting. So we have the 3rd house. We've got Aquarius, and we've got the sun here as well. Okay, so first of all, for some of you, this person could have an Aquarius sun. That, I know that's quite specific, but they also could have sun in the 3rd house, or if they have Aquarius in the 3rd house, what would that be? That would be Sag rising, correct? Yeah. Yes. Sagittarius risings. Let's see here. Spirit guides, tell me about their person. Who has a crush on them? Oh, interesting here. Okay, so we have gift and discovery. Okay, so first of all, the discovery shows binoculars. So there's a really high chance that this person sees you from afar. Like maybe they haven't really got to know you just yet. To be honest, it might be that maybe they're in your circle. And even, by the way, the 3rd house, can talk about our neighbors. So it could be like a neighbor who's like looking at you, not to be creepy or anything like that. I don't know, maybe that's creepy, I don't know. But it could be somebody in your neighborhood or somebody that is in your sphere around you somewhere. But yeah, that discovery card does make me wonder if they've yet to come forward, or they're just kind of keeping an eye on you. The gift, of course, you know, for some of you specifically, this person may have tried to give you something, like whether it's, you know, a hand or something, like offer their help or something, or, you know, like, hey, can I help you with this, or can I help you with that, or something like that. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing there. And I will say that you'll know them if they have not yet made a move. I think you'll know them because they'll try to offer something in some way. Whether, like I said, it's their service, help of some kind, or even like literally bringing a gift over. Like, you know, maybe they get some extra something from somewhere and they're like, oh, do you want some too? You know what I mean? So that kind of stuff. Now, we've got here the 9 of Swords. So this person's like quite nervous about you, okay? I'm going to tell you that emotionally this person, you may be a lot for them to handle. So the Queen of Wands here, well, it doesn't matter whether you're female or male, but the Queen of Wands is usually pretty confident, pretty fiery, pretty fast. And this person could feel a little bit nervous about approaching you. I noticed that 9 of Swords energy can definitely bring about a little bit more anxiety when it comes to approaching you. And that's another thing too. They might have some emotional issues from time to time, or anxiety as well. It can even be somebody who's a little bit, yeah. Okay, so the clouds, yeah. Yeah, the clouds here can represent, especially the key here, the clouds can represent, like, what is it? I guess the way to say it would be like, it's not inconsistent, but it's sort of like passing. And so again, I guess when we talk about like changing moods, you know, changing moods as an example, it could be moody, it's unstable. It's like a little bit unstable, right? Because the clouds just kind of keep moving, they pass, etc. And so this can show that somebody's a little bit afraid to make a move. As you know, especially because the key is something important, and so it's like almost like somebody who has a hard time making important decisions. Yeah, probably not the most attractive energy. I'm sure I'll have a few of you saying, I don't need this person. And that's fine, I get it. Let's see here. What else can we learn about this person? Oh, okay, so interesting. This person could actually have like a skill that they possess, like whether it's like an excellent mechanic or an excellent artist or a handyman or like a woodcrafter or something. Like this person probably is very talented in some way. Like I said, like there's some sort of skill that they possess. So yeah, definitely I would expect them to have like a specific hobby that they're quite like adept at, or even their career could be skill oriented. Now, the magician though can talk about public speakers or people who are good salespeople, or which is funny because it seems this is like way more confident energy, and then up here we've got this like sort of inconfidence with that Nine of Swords. So it may be that you just set this person like a flutter, to be honest. Like sometimes it's like you just get around the person and it's like normally you're so confident, but this is like the type of energy where they lose all confidence. They get nervous, or maybe something about the situation feels nerve-wracking. With the King of Cups, though, the King of Cups is known to have quite an emotional stability. And so I kind of wonder if they may present calm and stoic, but then they actually are a mess. And there are a lot of worries. I'm going to tell you, I do really get this channeled message that there's a lot of this, like, I will reach out tomorrow, or next week I'm gonna ask her out or him out or whatever. Like, I don't know, I'm really getting that strongly, so I thought I'd mention it. Anything about this person? You have a child here. This person could work with children. So for some of you, this person could be a teacher. That's funny because of the magician too. I kind of wonder for some of you if this person's around children a lot. Maybe it's in their career, or they also could just have a friendly demeanor. Like maybe they've done a lot of work with children in the past or something. Child community, of course. I don't know. I guess that for some of you, I kind of feel like somebody who works with children. Like maybe they volunteered at one point at like a girls and boys club, or, you know what I mean? Did something, maybe they've coached soccer or children's event, children's sports or something. Maybe even if it's not current, it's been in the past at some point. Even like say like, how high schoolers might guide the younger students. Sometimes they might do like buddy days or something where they like kind of help them out. It could be like something along those lines as well. You may also see this person with a child. It could be their younger sibling or a niece or nephew as well. Anyway, okay. So I would say that they're actually quite skilled with career. I would expect this person to have some kind of a specific or some kind of specific job, like, where it's not just like they have a skill set that goes along with it. And I feel like that there's also room for growth with career as well. Like they haven't hit the ceiling just yet. The star here can indicate the person is a dreamer, and they may actually even have many plans that they have yet to fulfill, but they're working on it. I kind of feel like for some of you, this person could actually be working on something, and maybe you will be aware of that, maybe you won't, but I feel like that they're actually working on some kind of dream or project or something. We do have that sun in Aquarius, so it's interesting because, the community card comes up, and Aquarius can rule community. So this person might be like a star in the community, or have leadership abilities as well amongst groups. Like people always naturally look to them as a leader. And, even with the third house too, it's communication and marketing and things like that. And it might be like that they're the face of companies or social media, or that maybe for somebody this is a person who works in social media, that's good at marketing or something like that too. But it feels, damn it, I messed it all up. There we go. Whoops. This does feel like somebody who probably speaks with a lot of people. And I would say with the sun, they stand out in a crowd. You'll notice them, they're laughing like, louder, or there's just something about them that will stick out. Aquarius is also very quirky energy. And when it comes to looks, Aquarians tend to have more angular, more kind of unusual features too. Like they tend to have like sharp features, like sharp cheekbones as an example, or things like that. So there's, that potential there in terms of how they look. There could also be, with the sun, because sun's very expressive, and the third house, hands, they could have expressive hands or talk with their hands as well. But anyway, that's what I'm seeing in that regard. Now, I kind of want to ask a little question. So for most people watching, is this person going to make a move on them? The Strength card. One thing I can tell you about the Strength card is that it does require patience. Usually it's not rushing. I think for a lot of you, yes. I think for most of you, they will make a move at some point. They may need to feel comfortable with it. As, especially like, I kind of felt like here with this discovery, like I said, that they're still trying to figure you out. And maybe you only recently met, or you haven't met very much, or again, maybe there's just a bit of distance, like they kind of keep their distance. They see you from a distance, etc. But when it comes to making a move, I think they're likely to with the Knight of Swords, like that they will, because I think of Knights as action oriented, like there's movement. Sometimes with Kings, well, I guess it depends on I guess it all depends on what the card combinations are saying to me. But this is like a yes, but it may take a bit of time. I don't feel like it's like next week or anything like that. It may take some time to develop. And again, maybe it's like you've got to be in more proximity. Some of you may end up working with this person at some point. I don't know, possibly. And maybe that's where things can develop a little bit more. But anyway, that was kind of a specific message, but I'm so glad you guys are here. Thank you for all your patience. I know I've been a little bit quiet. I've just had a lot going on in my life, and I hope to make more content. But yeah, I hope that I get to see you guys again soon on the channel. If you want to get a personal reading with me, that's available on my Etsy. You can also join here as a member for additional content, which I'll be putting up some new stuff there for the new year. And I hope you have a beautiful day. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Hey my friends, so you've chosen group number 2, which is this beautiful rose. So who has a crush on you? Let's find out. So I'm going to do what I did with group number 1. We're going to do some Astro Dice. So let's find out some more about the person who has a crush, either now or in the near future, in group number 2. Okay, what do we got here? Well, that's funny. Okay. We got the third house, we've got Jupiter, we got Capricorn. Let's see what else we've got. So, when it comes to this person, we could have somebody who, let's see, could be somebody with a strong Capricorn influence in their chart. So like a Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, rising, something like that. Jupiter, they may be Jupiterian as well. Interesting, a cat. Capricorns also can be quite driven, I would say. Quite driven, can be career-oriented, could be somebody who's a leader, especially with Jupiter involved as well. This could be somebody who's an office manager, or somebody who, it even can be somebody who's like a therapist, a guide, a teacher, Definitely a teacher, even a teacher of foreign language for some of you. Could be a teacher of foreign language because third house is like language, Jupiter's foreign, and it also talks, third house can also talk about instructors or things like that. So they could do, you know, kind of classes on that. Also could be like religious learning or anything. It could be, yeah, or could be somebody who is a travel agent as well, or works in like something foreign, like a foreign restaurant or international something, international trade, things like that. Okay, so international business even. Yeah, third house is like business as well. It's like being self-made. So, oh, the woman's wish. Well, if you're a woman, this person may be your wish. Okay, let's see here. Oh, we've got Sagittarius. That's funny because Jupiter rules Sagittarius. Okay, so actually the thing about it is that this person may be attractive to many women, whatever their gender is. Whether it's a woman and all women want to be like, you know, this woman, or it could be that this person's like, you know, very admired by, if they're male, they're very admired by women. So the type of person that, you know, attracts people and has like admirers, or has a lot of qualities that many people would admire or you know, desire in a partner even as well. Sagittarius, so this person can be foreign, and they can be, they could also speak a foreign language. That's another thing I was going to say. They could speak like more than one language, even if it's like, you know, like maybe it's like their native English is French. I mean, or, you know, French and then they speak English, or perhaps, you know, opposite, or, you know. Okay, let's see. Who has a crush? Tell me. This person also may go to university. If you're in university, this person could be from the local area. Third house is like local. So it might be that they're not from out of town or anything like that. They're from the local area. Or they commute from not far away. This person may come from a rural background. It's another thing I'm going to tell you. Like they may have grown up poor on a farm or from a village or something like that. They also could really enjoy the country in general. Like they may enjoy, maybe what their dream is like to have a farm or something, or to have a bit of land, or to live out, you know, out of town because of country, obviously. But I do kind of wonder if some of them actually came from those type of roots as well, as I mentioned. They could live on the outskirts. It's another thing I'm getting. Anyway, they also could live near a big building or in an apartment currently, but they dream to be like out of town. Anyway, okay, sorry, I'm giving all these like crazy details. Okay, so let me focus. 8 of Swords. Oh, okay, so this is interesting because this person may be a bit nervous around you. So the 8 of Swords is really evidence of fear. And often, you know, one feels a little bit bound up and afraid to communicate, right? Because swords are all about communication. So this person may be a little bit afraid to make a move or to take something further. We have that 3 of Wands, though. It's like, I feel like they may be a bit intimidated by you as well. They might feel like you're out of their league, to be honest. I still feel, though, cat here is kind of funny. So you know how cats are kind of moody? Because there's that hermit. They're kind of regal, right? And so this person, I think that they might fluctuate a little bit between being outgoing and also being a little bit withdrawn. Like they might have limits in terms of how much they can handle people, which actually might be why they like living in the country or want to live in the country somewhere, because they might be like, oh, I can't handle so many people around me. That kind of energy. Now, I was going to say that the body, it says your body here with the cat. This can talk about directing energy towards the body as well, like that card meaning specifically, like listening to your body, exploring the sensations, etc. So it could be somebody who is in tune with their body and tries to maintain health and wellness. I do want to say this person may be a bit of a traveler. I see a lot here about travel and seas and overseas. So I'm really, it's interesting because I know that for some of you, I felt like maybe this person is from the local area, but that's only if you're in university. I feel like otherwise, if you're not in university, I think that this person could either be from a foreign place completely to where you're from, or for some of you, this person may be at a distance. Maybe with the Hermit, this is somebody you haven't even seen. Sometimes the Eight of Swords can also mention that. This could be like an online person that you've never met. And it could be somebody, again, who's lived abroad, lives abroad now, or wants to live abroad. So I would expect something international about this person, okay? And again, they may speak a foreign language, they may instruct, they may be learning, they may be taking courses on a foreign language even. Especially like the third house, that could be like taking courses. So it could be like somebody who's learning even through like Duolingo or something like that. The Hermit definitely shows me that this person's introspective. I don't feel like this person is a type to, I feel like that they're actually pretty confident for the most part, and they may have a lot of dreams and goals, but they may be the type that does need a little bit of quiet time. And that's another thing too. They may be really into meditation and listening to their body. They may even do this like through walking meditation as well. It doesn't have to be like sitting down. I do feel like this person does desire solitude, though, for sometimes. But they're the type of person, I think, that wants... they can't handle too many people. Yeah. They prefer one-on-one, okay? They're very loyal, okay? And they're very careful. They may have been burned by people, like in groups, with the snake in the garden. It may be that they don't trust groups, or they've had bad experiences in groups. I know, like for me growing up, I remember it seemed like whenever I had these friends, right? And they were actually cousins. And when I would hang out with one of them one-on-one, it would be fine. But as soon as we all three got together, they would pick on me so bad. And I was always the smallest out of them. And so, because they were a little bit older than me, and they were very nice, like individually, like I said, but when we would all three get together, they'd like bounce me off the trampoline and do all kinds of crazy crap to me. It was pretty rough back then. I feel like the kids nowadays are so much more gentle. Anyway, but yeah, they would be like, I remember once I locked myself in the bathroom and just cried and cried, and I was so mad. But anyway, I just remember that memory. But one of them passed away. That was sad when I was pregnant with my daughter, and he was a good guy. That was a really bad, sad thing that happened. But anyway, that's, they may not do well in groups. They may just like function better when they're one-on-one with someone, rather. They may not trust groups of people. They may even like have fears of like the city. Like, I don't want to, like how I don't know if you guys have seen preppers or whatever, but they'll be like, we're going to get out of the city and stuff like that because people are going to be looting and stuff. And like, they may even have such things. Like they don't trust society a little bit, or they think it's like, maybe they have certain opinions about society as well that are like, yeah, anyway. Like distrustful or things like that. But yeah, that's kind of the energy I'm getting. Again, like I said, I feel like they're very confident, and they actually could be really good at like business. They may have a mind for business and for advancement. Like they've got ideas, and I think this person's a natural leader, and I think they'd be a benevolent leader. Capricorn and Jupiter is benevolent and Capricorn's leader. And so that's, again, a benevolent leader, right? This could also be philosophical leader, somebody who, if they're like, managing or something, they're going to manage with a lot of philosophies and moral beliefs behind it. It's not just like, they'd be like the type to like want to train people with certain ideals. This is how we do things, and we do it because we care, and, that kind of crap. I would say that when they do something, there's some sort of moral compass behind it. You know what I'm saying? It's not just like, I show up to work and I do what needs to be done. I hate it. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, some people are like that about their job. I feel like if they have a job, there's going to be heart in it, you know what I mean? If that makes sense. But anyway, that's what I'm seeing for you guys. I hope that this made sense. When it comes to looks, though, Capricorn, Jupiter. Okay, so this person could be tall, okay? Could be tall, could be, of course, like Jupiter can represent, oh, we had Sagittarius. Okay, tan, sun-kissed type of skin. Can have prominent legs, thighs, hips around that area. Also, what else do they say about Sag? I know some people say they have horsey faces, but that sounds so rude. One of my teachers says that, which I haven't even necessarily noticed to be true, by the way. So that's why I don't want to say it. But yeah, taller, can be taller. And Capricorn, by the way, Capricorns age usually well. Sometimes when they're younger, they'll look older. It's people with heavy cap, they'll look older, but then they age very well. And if you look at a lot of like some of the best aged people, you'll be like, whoa, they have a lot of Saturn. They're very Saturnian, because Saturn's all about preservation, and Capricorn, of course, is ruled by Saturn, etc. So, yeah, they tend to look well. And but sometimes they'll look older when they're younger, and then there's that phenomena of like they don't age after that. Like they sort of, yeah, weirdly enough, like age fast, but then they stay. You know what I mean? And oh, what else? Yeah, dark eyes. Saturn. Saturn rules the color black, as an example. So darker eyes can be. And I think Sag also kind of is more about brown eyes. But anyway, that's what I've got. I hope you enjoyed this. And sorry if I'm moving this around and being fidgety. I wish you all the best. I hope to see you again on the channel soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello, 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 my friends. So if you chose this group of letters, this is going to be your reading. So who has a crush on you? Let's find out. Okay, so let's see how rambly I get in this one. Okie dokie. Who has a crush on group number 3, either now or in the near future? Ooh, we got Leo, we've got Sun, and we've got the 4th house. Ooh, okay. Ooh, so we have, actually, so Leo is ruled by the Sun, so this is very strong. This person could be, first of all, they could be Leo Sun. Right, that's Leo, right? Not the North. Yeah, it is Leo. Sorry. It's like kind of gold in the way I'm like looking at it from here. I'm like, wait, was that? Just to make sure there wasn't another thing there to be a node. Okay, let's see here. They can be a leader of a family. Like in their family, everybody kind of looks to them for guidance, or they can even be helpers of their family. Like say, for instance, they have a job, they may provide for their family still, even after they've grown. Even if it's by doing things like fixing families' vehicles, or you know, if they're a mechanic as an example, or helping out in some way. I feel like this person, it's like they are natural leaders. In a marriage, as an example, you know, settled down with a family, they'll be a leader of the home. And probably somebody who's, it's so funny, Cancer came out too. That's funny. And Capricorn. Anyway, okay, yeah. So, Capricorn, Cancer, Leo. Okay, so these are the signs that could be potentially associated with this person. We've also got Venus and Mercury too in these cards here. But yeah, this person, I feel like one of their philosophies is likely to be something along the lines of, like, oh gosh, what is the phrase I'm looking for? You know, like the philosophy of like, work now, play later, like, or I get everything in order and then I have time to play or like to do fun things. Like this is a person who loves organization, I would say, but also really enjoys having a good time. And one of the reasons why they may work so hard is because they want good things. They want to have fun. They want to go on vacation. So, you know, some people, they're workaholics, and it's not even necessarily for, like me. It's not necessarily for, I'm a workaholic. It's not necessarily for pleasure. It's like, it's just because they work. This is a person who works because they want to enjoy good things. They want to go on vacation. They want to go on a cruise. They want to go out to eat. They want to buy that new watch, or they want something. You know what I mean? They want to enjoy life. And that is why they do it. And they understand the dynamic between work and play. You know what I mean? And I do feel like this person has a lot of plans for stability. They may be about to purchase a home, maybe planning to purchase a home, or they've recently purchased a home, okay? Okay, sorry, my chair is so loud. Every time I move, it's annoying. I don't know if it shows up on the camera, though, or on the microphone. Let me see here. Okay. So, we've got the Two of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and the Star. Well, I think of the Star as like a very healing energy and optimistic energy. Definitely associated with somebody who has a nice personality. I would say, of course, it can denote new beginnings, obviously. Innocence, I think, is another thing often associated with the Star, because it's kind of the beginning of something new after the Tower. So, you know, it kind of has that vibe to me. A little bit innocent. Now, this also can show somebody who is supportive and can even be a healing presence. And that could be something, it's like they want to help people. And they may not be too judgmental about that, even they may be very open to helping people, like a big heart, you know, and they don't really look at the outer circumstances. They just go for it and they help. You know what I mean? I feel like this person's actually quite intuitive in terms of where they land their actions, or where their actions are landing them. I feel like they know the right moves to make at the right time, for the most part. The Star really doesn't represent somebody who's possessive, judgmental. Usually they're very open and they're optimistic. Usually they'll know a wide range of people as well, and it's feel like family to everybody around them in some way. And I could see that. I feel like this person commands a lot of respect. And the other thing about the Star too is it can be somebody who really appreciates equality and a balanced partnership, as well as being kind of inventive, progressive. They're not stuck in their ways. So this is the cool part, because sometimes when you get this sort of bossy energy, you get someone who's stuck in their ways. And it's my way or the highway. I don't get this off this person. I feel like they may get their plan, and when they have their eye on something, they'll just go for it. They won't get distracted. Actually, I would say this is a person who does not have any kind of ADHD or nothing like that, okay? When they have a plan, I don't know, maybe they could, but they've already managed it, if that's the case. But it's when they have a plan, they're the man with the plan, and they just go for the plan, and they don't want anything to disrupt that plan, because they've got plans for after the plan. So, you know, I don't know if sometimes certain people, let me see, I want to ask something actually specifically weird. Okay. Okay. I asked if they were on a trip, would they be open to changing the itinerary on a whim? Maybe not. Maybe they already even prepaid for things, so they couldn't. I think that they might be, if they felt emotionally drawn to do so, and maybe for love they would. If they had a loved one who wanted to do something different. I think they are sensitive to those around them, and you can touch their feelings. But I think that for the most part, they would be but I already paid for this. I've already paid and everything. So it'd be kind of hard, you know? Okay, that was a weird little follow-up question, but sometimes you got to ask these things, you know? I get curious. Okay, so tell me more about this person. We have the Journey card. Could be somebody at a distance, of course, but this could be somebody who travels for business, or has recently undertaken a journey or will recently undertake a journey of some kind. I do feel like this person really wants to settle down and have a home. So that's definitely a positive thing. Let me ask, actually, because I didn't do this for the last group, and I kind of feel bad about that. I didn't ask, like, will this person come toward you? Oh, you got the Five of Swords, the Six of Swords. This is tricky, you guys. This is tricky. I feel like it's not a clear yes or no. So probably for you guys watching, it's going to be 50-50 between, you know, different people watching. For some, it's going to be a yes, they will. For others, it'll be a no. Okay? For some of you, this may be a reuniting energy because of that Six of Cups. And for some of you, this may start off with a friendship and develop with time. Like you may have to just develop it off a friendship, and then it will go from there. Or maybe you guys are currently friends and that type of thing. But I'm going to tell you, I think for most of you, it's just an unclear answer. So, but that's fine. You know, I mean, I don't think it's very fair, to be honest, in pick a cards where multiple people are watching to ask like too many crazy questions like that, because then it's like, well, that can't possibly be the answer for every single person. That's ridiculous, right? I'm a practical person, you know, even if I do tarot and stuff like that. You know, some things just don't make sense, like, and that's one of them for me, at least personally. So I wouldn't feel right, like totally leading you guys astray. But that's why I feel like when they come out kind of like wishy-washy, then I know it's like not clear. It's going to be different for all of you. But yeah, this is the energy of the person. Like I said, they could have some strong Leo, so it could be Leo rising, sun, you know, moon, something like that, as well. They could have sun in the 4th house. They could have sun in the 5th house. They may have a lot of planets in the 4th and 5th house as well. Or even they could have a strong sun, like sun conjunct the midheaven, or sun conjunct the ascendant, or in the 1st house, or the 10th house, 7th house, 4th house, as I already said on the 4th house part. But yeah, usually the sun can show somebody who's creative, who is expressive. I don't feel like this is somebody who's necessarily egotistical. And, you know, it's very common. I kind of feel like for some of you, this person could have Cancer, Leo. And that's very common because, you know, Venus and Mercury cannot be too far from the sun. And so it's often that you'll see people have planets near the sun. You know, well, it's all the time you're going to see it, whether it's with the sun in the same sign or in nearby houses for Mercury and Venus. So it could be that they have, you know, like a Leo sun, but they have, you know, like Mercury and Venus in Cancer, or Venus is in Leo, but Mercury's in Cancer, etc. So yeah, definitely something there. But this is a person who, and if they like talk about winning the lottery, you know how some people will like dream about the lottery and they'll be like, oh, I'm going to buy this car and that car and this and that. This is a person that's like, I'm going to take care of my family. I'm going to buy this house and you know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. It wouldn't be like super superficial. Not that there's anything wrong with that, by the way. If you want to buy, you know, a sports car or whatever, if you win the lottery, that's totally fine. I just mean like this is the type of person that would definitely be eyes on how can I take care of my family and the ones I love. Okay? So anyway, that is the person. And I hope this is helpful to you guys. And I will see you all in the next video. Take care. Hello, my friends. If you chose group number 4, this is your reading. So let's find out who has a crush on you. And I'm going to do what I did with the other groups. We're going to do some Astro Dice. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. Okay, so we've got the North Node. We've got the 5th house, and we've got Pisces. Ooh, okay, so we can have someone who's very imaginative. This could be a person who's actually quite creative. Because the 5th house in Pisces makes me think of somebody very artistic. I will say sometimes the North Node, I do use the Vedic meanings of the North Node. Sometimes the North Node can be associated with like being kind of a pretender in some way. And So it could be somebody who's artistic, but perhaps uses shortcuts for artistic ability. In this current day and age, I guess we could maybe say maybe they would use AI or something to assist them, or something to help propel them. Also, Rahu, or the North Node, is very hungry for experience. So it can be somebody who's very driven. And when it comes to the fifth house, of course, this could be about relationship. Like, this actually could be somebody who's very keen to meet somebody. They could have an idealized version of love in their head as well. But I wouldn't say they're fully impractical. We have Taurus here, right? So there's that. And, these two signs do make a sextile to each other. Pisces and Taurus, so water and earth. So I would say that there's still some practicality. This is a person who definitely, they may really actually be the type that crushes and they feel like you're the one. Like, some people, they're just like attracted to somebody and they're like, oh yeah, I have a crush on that person, they're attractive, etc. This is a person who might be a little bit more serious about that. Like they are the type that, like, that's the one I want to marry. that kind of vibe. Oh yeah, this is a person who actually may have strong feelings for you guys. For some of you, you might already be dating somebody, and this is the person. Which, haha, if that's you guys. Oh wow, this is somebody who's loyal. They're loyal. They're steadfast. They're not the type. This person is not aggressive in any way. They're, I would say, probably pretty patient with how they handle things. Usually strength can show someone who's forthright, though. It's not somebody who holds back. Like, they're pretty practical. They'll tell you what they think, and be pretty... Sometimes Pisces can be a little bit more sacrificial. And I wouldn't say that they will be to a point, but they're not going to be the type that just lets people run all over them either. That's like the worst energy of Pisces would be, or one of the weakest parts could be that if they're very weak on the Pisces side, it could be like that they just let people take advantage of them over and over and over. And that's kind of a lesson that they sometimes have to learn in life, not to be sympathetic. But I feel like there's a good balance here, is what I'm saying. And actually, the Strength card can show that one doesn't stay down for too long. They always kind of find their way back up, and they've always got a plan and an idea. I would say this is somebody who is very naturally intelligent. The fifth house is natural intelligence, divine intelligence, actually. So genius is in the fifth house. So this person could be quite a genius, especially when it comes to something. When they put their mind on something. So Taurus is a fixed sign, and it's like once they, kind of make their mind up about something, they dig in and they become like successful at it. Like, they won't just let go of an idea. Like, this isn't one person who flits from one thing to another. They attach, and they've always got something that they're doing, like that they're dedicated to. Like I said, they don't just like switch easily. So again, if they're going to choose a career path, it's likely that they're not going to be changing that career path very easily in their life, or even with relationship too. By the way, one thing I will say to you, this person could have been married, okay, with union. There's a possibility, not for all of you, but for some of you. The other thing too is that they date to get married, okay? Some of you may find that this person has the fifth house ruler in the seventh, or vice versa. But fifth house in the seventh is more like I date. Fifth house is dating to marry. And I actually personally have this myself. And that's how I was. I married the first person I dated. And actually, we're going to have our anniversary on the 17th of February. 20 years, you guys. But anyway, so yeah. And what does that mean? You might be like, what do you mean fifth house ruler in the seventh? Let's say, for instance, you got Leo, fifth house, right? That means you're in Aries rising. It would be like having the sun in the seventh. Because that rules Leo, and you always want to look at the Lord of each house to see where it goes. Anyway, but that could be a combination that they have. Whether it doesn't have to be the sun though; it could be really any planet, or there could be aspects between planets in these houses, like they have Sun in the fifth and Venus in the seventh, that kind of thing. Okay, so. The other thing I was going to say, obviously with the Strength card, is that it can show somebody with firm beliefs. And, Taurus can be quite traditional. So they can have more... It doesn't always mean that they're conservative politically from an American or, Western standpoint. It could mean though that when they have like strong beliefs and they don't change them easily. It's not that they're not open, and I think that they are an open person, but you know what I mean, they will kind of stay reliable in that sense. And they have a realistic love. That's actually what I really like from this, is I feel like that their idea of love is actually pretty realistic. It may be idealistic in some ways, but it's still got practicality attached to it. And I think that's what makes it beautiful, because they're the type that will accept differences between the two of you or in their relationships. Like they understand dedication and loyalty, okay? And once they're committed, they will stick with you. The other thing too is that sometimes this can indicate that the person themselves has had times of crisis, of feeling abandoned in their life, and that they've kind of taken these encounters and really became more determined because of them. You know what I mean? And I would say that this person is probably very kind. You know, if they're going somewhere, they'll be the type to say, hey, do you want to come with me to lunch? Or, you know what I mean? Like they offer a lot to other people. They're kind. They could check on people. They could invite people places, like be that type of person. Like I said, if they're going to like lunch at work or something, they might be like, hey, you want to go to like with me with this, to this place? They're like initiators in that sense. They could even be initiators in their friendships in terms of like planning events and stuff. Like, hey, there's a concert coming up. Do you want to go? That kind of energy. I think they truly care about the people that are close to them. They also, by the way, fifth house could do well with children and have, they also, like I said, couldn't really enjoy a lot of hobbies as well. Yeah, this is the thing. They are not put down for long. I feel like when life gets bumpy, they'll find a way out of it. Especially when it's important to them. When it's important to them, they'll be sly and they will figure it out. You know, think about the fox in the hen house, and it's like, oh, plan is foiled. And it's like, but I need in that hen house. I'm going to get it. I'll get it at no cost, as long as I have to stand out here until I get the right moment. And that's the kind of energy I've got here. It's like, and that's another thing too, is like when pursuing you, this is the person that wouldn't give up very easily. I feel like this is a long-lasting, like kind of crush. This could be even spanning over a while. I don't know. Let me see, actually. I'll specifically ask, how do they know this person? Like, well, or what's for the majority of people watching. Obviously, it's impractical that this would fit everybody, but okay, this is not a clear answer. Okay, I guess it's going to differ for all of you. I'm not going to, I guess that was kind of a question that maybe was too specific. Let's see here. Now, let me ask, though, will this person make a move towards group number 4? Yes, they will. So for the majority of you, absolutely. This person will make a move toward you. It can be slow and steady. The pentacles don't move very quickly, but I think with the Queen of Wands here, definitely once they feel the confidence, they'll do it. If they feel like it's reciprocated, or that it's the right time. Look at how she's trying to check when something's ripe. So they may be looking for all the signs and signals to know that it's the right time, and then they'll pounce. I don't know. I too kind of wonder if some of you already have this person, or maybe some of you are in a relationship with them already. And you're like, haha, I was just checking, out of curiosity. But yeah, this is good energy. I like it. So you guys, I'm going to go ahead and stop here, but I hope this reading was helpful for you, and I wish you all the very, very best. I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.